Here like a hair on a biscuit, knock you out. Like a crackhead's last tooth. Looky, looky, looky. It's a big old honking bottle. It might be the cheapest price I've seen that for. It is on the sore Pecker list. It's cutting a fat hog in the acid. Well, you make it hard to pass that up. That is the cheapest price I've ever seen on that. What in the hell is this? One way in, one way out. Bang for the buck. Yeah, that's gotta be a joke. We must be lost as we. Hey y'all, welcome back to Sippin' the South. Today, we are up here in Missouri, the Show Me State. We are in St. Louis, Missouri, and we are at Friar Tuck Beverage. Let's go in here and see if they can show us some good old Kentucky bourbon. Looks like their bourbon's gonna be down this way. Got great big old handles of Elijah Craig. Got a Green River Full Proof down there. Got a Smoke Wagon Small Batch sitting up here. Never had the Smoke Wagon Small Batch. This here made old Fred Minnick's Top 100 of 2024. 59, I think the MSRP is around 40, 45. Driftless Glen. Don't know much about Driftless Glen. Don't see a price on it. They got a Redwood Empire Haystack Needle, but I don't know how much it is. Smoke Wagon Uncut Unfiltered 180B. The Redwood Empire Lost Monarch cast strength, but they don't have the pipe dream. Joseph Magnus Cigar Blend hanging around in there for $329. So that is a Barrel King Batch 3424 straight bourbon. Number 81 is good. All right, y'all, they're gonna go grab a key. We spotted this Larceny A124 sitting in there. Might not find that A124 again. Stop, nope. Exit to the one way in, one way out. All right, y'all, pretty good score in that store, Friar Tuck. We got this Larceny Barrel Proof A124. This here Larceny Barrel Proof A124 was best of show at Bourbon and Beyond 24. Super excited about this Larceny Barrel Proof A124, 124.2 proof, good juice, good score. Friar Tuck Beverage. Y'all, we are continuing to hunt our way around St. Louis, Missouri. We are headed into St. Louis Cellar. Let's go. Hey, fine, how are you? Good. Looks like you got a pretty good selection here. 15-star stuff is one thing I'm potentially interested in, but it's high dollar, so I'm gonna have to check it out thoroughly. They got a lot of stuff in here. Got a wooden veil here. Private Select. Well, that must be their barrel pick. It's not a bad price on the James E. Pepper decanter. $66.99. What's the batch on it?
72.
Hadn't seen this Penelope wheated before. 95 proof, y'all. That's straight wheated right there. Straight wheated bourbon, Middle West Spirits batch, and it says here MSRP 49. Oh, they got some Willet Purple Tops hanging around on the shelf here like a hair on a biscuit. $259. Barrel King Knighted Special Series. This Barrel King's supposed to be doing interesting stuff. There's soft red wheat rickhouse proof. Bare knuckle bourbon. Single barrel. Knock you out. Cedar Ridge Iowa whiskey. An interesting Wood Hat Bloody Butcher Red Corn whiskey. Single barrel. This guy's doing interesting stuff. Real small distillery here in the Show Me State of Missouri. He's doing farm to bottle stuff. Grain to bottle, raising their own grain, distilling and bottling at their own facility. Right here in the Show Me State, y'all. 129 proof, y'all. So Wood Hat, $92.99. Might be pretty interesting. Not cheap, but unique. Here's one that looks kind of interesting, y'all. Sonoma Distilling Company. Never heard of it, but it says here distilled and bottled in Sonoma County. It says straight bourbon whiskey cask strength, 123 proof, and it says distilled and bottled by Sonoma Distilling Company. So they're distilling and bottling their own juice out there in Sonoma, California, y'all. And looky there, $44.99 for cask strength straight bourbon whiskey. Huh, that might be so good and make you want to get down like 4 flat tires. You might have to find out. This has got a Missouri story, so we got to go with this. Yeah, y'all got good stuff here. Do you have military discount? Yep, that's a fact I do. Awesome. Thanks a lot. Thanks, man. You have a great day as well. Well, y'all, that's pretty good find in that store. We're here in the Show Me State, and they showed us some Wood Hat bourbon from a local small distillery doing their own thing, farm grain to bottles. Had to give it a try. Really looking forward to that Bloody Butcher Corn from Wood Hat. And we also picked up on a whim that Sonoma County Distilling Cask Strength. $44 for some cask strength bourbon, doing their own thing, bottling, distilling their own juice. Give her a try. Now let's roll on to the next one, see what we can get into. All right, y'all, we just whipped into a Schnucks grocery store. You never know what you're gonna find at a grocery store. Thought we'd give it a try. They might have some bourbon in here. Let's go check it out. Redwood Empire Cask Strength Pipe Dream. How about that? Looky, looky, looky. $65, that's actually a good price. Got a Penelope barrel strength, 9 years. Let's see what this 4 grain's hiding back here. What batch is that? 6. Another Wood Hat. We just picked up the Bloody Butcher Corn cask strength from old Wood Hat. $49.99. They don't have a whole lot of stuff, but they got a couple things interesting. There's a Penelope Toasted, $60.99. Looks like they got a Angel's Envy barrel pick over there. $84 is actually a good price for an Angel's Envy barrel pick. It's actually not a bad price on that. It's a big old honking bottle of $17.92 small batch. I don't believe I've ever seen, shit, I couldn't even pick it up. I don't think I've ever seen one of them. That right there, y'all, is a big one. It's either that Angel's Envy barrel pick for $84 in there, or this Pipe Dream that I know is good. Hard to not go with that. That's so good. I don't know. Cask strength, 115.8. It's just good. I don't know what it is, but it's just good. I think that's what we're gonna do here. Y'all, they also got this Widow Jane, aged 10 years in new American oak barrels. I've had that Widow Jane 10-year before, and that is surprisingly good stuff. Never thought I'd be a fan of any New York juice, but y'all, that Widow Jane 10 years good stuff. $65.99. Now that is one heck of a price. That might be the cheapest price I've seen that for. Might just have to take this on out of the store. Set and ready to go. Good old Redwood Empire cask strength, y'all. Had this before. It is on the store Pecker list. You cannot beat this Redwood Empire cask strength, y'all. All right, y'all. Like I said, you never know what you're gonna find in the good old grocery store. Sometimes they have some of the best prices you'll find. Found a Redwood Empire cask strength, good price, $65, and found the best price that I've seen. Y'all can check me in the comments that I've seen on a Widow Jane 10, maybe ever. $64.99. Good price for that Widow Jane 10-year. Usually 70 plus what you see it for sitting on the shelf. So I had to get both of them. Well, y'all, I'm usually not a fan of big box stores, but every now and then you can find a pretty good deal, pretty good price at some of these big box stores. We are now here at Total Wine. Technically, we are in O'Fallon, Missouri, which is just a suburb of St. Louis, but it's all the greater St. Louis area. But to get real technical about it, we are in O'Fallon, Missouri. Total Wine. Let's go. Never know. Maybe something good, something bad, who knows? I think it's gonna be back here somewhere. Yeah, it looks like they got a fancy pants jail. That's all cognac. I know nothing about cognac. Looks like they got American whiskey, bourbon, rye, and Wood Hat all American whiskey down there for $37. Well, y'all, that's why they call it bourbon hunting. They got the good old Widow Jane here, $59. We just paid $64 for it, and I thought we was cutting a fat hog in the ass at $64, and they got it for $59. Told you, don't always knock a big box store. Let me make sure I heard you correct. Did you say that you had 22 bottles of the Still Austin single barrel?
21 of them are empty now. I'm drinking my 22nd one, yeah.
Now that is getting with it, my friend.
Because it won't drink like it's 116 proof at all.
Wow. Well, you make it hard to pass that up. And this is your barrel pick here.
Yep.
Brian's favorite.
Yep.
You picked it yourself?
I helped with it, yeah.
You helped? Yep, awesome. I've heard good things about Still Austin, never had a bottle of it.
If you're gonna do it, start from the top, but don't ever go backwards, because after you go backwards, it's a disappointment. They're all good, but that couldn't do any better.
Awesome, well, we appreciate that. Anything else on these shelves that you highly recommend since you are a connoisseur?
Indeed. I got one more.
One more out of this whole shelf. Well, man, it must be finer than frogs here.
This used to be my favorite distillery until Still Austin came out.
Yeah.
But this is insanely good stuff. It is out of Oregon, but it is their own distillate. They're not purchasing it from somewhere and just slapping their label on it.
Yeah.
It's a double gold medal winner. Every single bottle they put out is a double gold medal winner. They employ a whopping 26 people, and they have 250 words of their name.
That is impressive.
Still Austin takes Still Austin above anything else.
Yeah. Here, let me get that for you.
Thank you.
There you go. You're more than welcome.
But that would be my backup.
Okay. Good to know. I appreciate the info.
Okay.
We're going to keep browsing. We just got here and look all up and down to see what you got. That is the cheapest price I've ever seen on that. $37.99. Good God have mercy. We already got two of them. We got the 2XO Gem of Kentucky for $224. We snagged that for $199. Their Angel's Envy pick is $87. Maker's Mark store pick. What else? I'm going to take it based on his word. This man's got thousands of bottles. I don't even have to taste it. I'll take his word at it. Finishing Tokai cast, 109. Yeah, well, I know what's coming out of here. If you remember, down there in Mississippi, we found it, and the guy wanted like 120. He was 139. He wanted 129 for it. That's the one I've been looking for and couldn't find it at a reasonable price. That's about as cheap as I've seen it. Well, we've been hunting this one for a while, so we might have to take this one home, y'all. All right, y'all. Well, you never know what you're going to find at a big box store. Not a huge fan. Most of the time, they're not a huge fan of people walking around with cameras in there. But we were able to find a couple good bottles. Never had Still Austin. They had a Still Austin store pick in there that the guy swore by. Said he's had 22 bottles of it and 21 of them are empty. Now, that ought to be some fine stuff. And we got that Yellowstone 2023 finished in Tokai cast. Supposed to be good. Been on my list for a while, but we hadn't found that at a price this old country boy could afford. We finally found it at a pretty good price. We walked out with that one as well. On to the next one. All right, y'all, our last stop, Dogwood Wine and Spirit Superstore. And this is one big mamma jamma. Let's go in here and see what this is about. What in the hell is this? I thought it was a liquor store. Yeah, maybe it's over there. Damnedest thing I've ever seen. Well, there's a little bit of bourbon in there. Yeah, that's gotta be a joke. We must be lost as Hogan's goat. But we went in there and this is some kind of big arcade and kids playroom. I'm still looking for the Superstore liquor store. I think we were in the wrong door. I think we found it. Howdy. Awesome. Got an old Foister single barrel store pick here for a long wheelbase $10 bill. Got a 2XO Gem of Kentucky hanging out here by itself on the shelf, hanging around like a crackhead's last tooth for $229. Driftless Glen, never had Driftless Glen. Larceny barrel proof. Yeah, it's actually a good price on that. Triple cask and the sherry cask are supposed to be the bomb. But that's a lot of money. Angel's Envy store pick with all kinds of little razzle dazzle gifts on it. Angel's Envy store pick, $82. That is their last one. If it was cast strength Angel's Envy, I sure would. 101 proof. And regular Angel's Envy is how much?
86.
I haven't had any of this at 101 proof, so maybe. I'm gonna hang on to it because it's the last one on the shelf. Yeah, I want somebody else to come in and pick it up, and I'll be like, damn, I should have got that. It's all Irish whiskey. Brandy's, Irish whiskeys, some Elijah Craig's, which we have. They got a lot of that Sonoma Distilling. Blue Note Juke Joint's supposed to be bang for the buck. It's another store pick. That's interesting. Got a Blue Note Juke Joint, uncut, unfiltered. 125.1 proof, y'all. 54 bucks. That's a lot of bang for the buck. They say the juice is worth the squeeze on this. That's the Rebel store pick. These are all store picks. Yellow Rose, Ezra Brooks. I got a Woodford Double Oak for $46. I might have to put this Angel's Envy back and get this one and that one. Two for almost the price of one. We got one of these on the boat we hadn't even opened, but it's good juice. All right, I think we're gonna go with this and call it good. 101 proof Angel's Envy store pick. Haven't had 101 proof Angel's Envy ever. Stores that had the Angel's Envy store pick and they were like $99.
Yeah.
Some of them were 100.
Pricing kind of will vary from owner to owner. There's that one.
Awesome, thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Have a great day. You too. It was $82 before tax. All right, y'all, picked up what I hope is a pretty good bottle. I've had Angel's Envy before. Never had Angel's Envy 101 proof. They had a store pick in there, 101 proof, Angel's Envy. Thought we'd give it a try. Hope it's really good juice. And y'all, the good old Sippin' the South bourbon hunting budget for this hunt is getting tore up from the floor up. So we're gonna call it a day. Hope y'all have enjoyed this hunt. Thanks for coming along. And y'all remember, it's always better to be full of bourbon than full of shit. We'll see y'all next time on Sippin' the South. Distilling, they're crunching the out of their front bumper. 108, almost busted my ass. We